Ladies and gentlemen, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The eagle has landed. It's Buzz Aldrin. Buzz, can I get you a space drink, sir? A space drink?
Like what do you got?
You know this stuff, don't you? Hey, ooh, look at that. Hey, over here, Andy, over here. Oh, for pity's sake. Can't you get anything right? Hop it. There you go, Buzz. There you go, sir.
Thank you.
Cheers. This is a childhood dream of mine to meet you, sir. It's brilliant.
Yeah. You were a pretty young. You were a pretty young kid when we did all those stunts, right?
I was 1 year old when you did. When you did those stunts, as you call it. It's unbelievable. Now, of course, as you know, we the British never went to the moon.
No, but you were behind us all the way.
Yeah, well,
I
we got to the top of Mount Everest, which is as near as you can get without the fireworks.
Now wait a minute, Sir Edmund
Hillary. Yeah.
Yeah, he was not. He was a New Zealander.
Well, he was working for us at the time, sir.
Well, of course. Yeah.
I mean, the moon was never going to be part of the British Empire, Buzz, because there's no one to give it back to once you're finished with it. You got there first.
We certainly did, yes.
It's an incredible story. And what's all the more amazing about it is this is with technology like from 40 years ago, isn't it, really? You're at the top, sat there at the top of Apollo 11. You program in the computer. What do you put into the navigation computer? Up. I mean, what?
Well, I'm glad it wasn't down or sideways. But that is the most dangerous part. Is the first 12 seconds before you clear the tower. Because if the guidance decides it wants to wander around a little bit, you just might run into the tower, and all that kerosene and oxygen and hydrogen. Yeah. That makes a pretty big fireball. You don't want to have to punch out.
No, you don't.
No, as a matter of fact, we had this escape tower instead of a ejection seat.
And how far is it to the moon? What's the distance?
It's 250,000 miles relative to 93 million miles to the sun.
To the sun.
Yeah. Now
that's a lot of air miles, isn't it?
When you big distances, you measure them by the speed of light.
Right.
See, that's pretty constant according to Einstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't go faster than that.
No, you can't, no.
Except in
Big
some...
Bob proved that earlier.
Well, going to the moon, if you whiz by the Earth at the speed of light and then whiz by the moon, it would take a second and a half.
And it took you how long?
3.5 days.
3.5 days?
Yeah.
God, did you have a window seat for that?
Once we got rid of the other rockets and we're heading to the moon, we did what's called a barbecue mode.
Right.
You know what that is?
No, I don't know.
Well, see, the moon moves around the Earth in the Earth-Moon plane, and we wanted to be perpendicular to that and then rotating slowly because the sun is pretty close to that plane also. Yeah. So we get the sun, we get the moon and the Earth for communication with the antennas. So we even out the heat around on the spacecraft. Otherwise, if one side was always facing the sun, it would get very, very hot.
Right.
And the other side would get very cold.
So you're like a chicken on a rotisserie.
So, we didn't have any wings.
No.
So, and no feathers.
Now, of course, you detach from there's the command module, and off you go like that. You set off. But then you land on the moon, like that, and then there you are, and Neil Armstrong gets out, and you have to when you open the door, you have to like. I mean, how do you get out of a spaceship on the moon when it's never been done before? I mean, it's an extraordinary. Well, I'm going to ask you, how did you get out of a spaceship?
There's a hatch down here underneath the instruments, between where I was standing and where Neil was standing, and that hatch opens up this way with the hinge on this side.
Right.
And whoever designed the hatch really had an awful lot to do with who goes out first.
Right.
Now, history and symbolism, and more important than that, seniority.
Yep.
See, Neil was a senior guy.
He was the boss.
Well, he's the boss, yeah. He was a very significant test pilot, very talented.
Well, personally, I would have gone second, right? Because you're on the moon, you don't know what's there. Anything could happen, couldn't it? A giant moonworm could burst through the moon's crust. Like that. Like that, and disappear again. That could have happened.
Like H.G. Wells had the War of the Worlds.
Yeah. We're talking about human beings on the moon. It's incredible, flesh and blood.
Yeah.
When you're upon the moon, the magnificent desolation, as you described it, does nature call, sir?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we'd been in those suits for a long time.
Yeah.
And they had a way of transferring the fluid that was in the little bag that was there for to keep you from getting all wet.
Yeah.
Well, we had to transfer that into another bigger bag so we could throw it out on the moon. And anyway, I had a nice empty bag when I got down to the bottom of the ladder, and I just had this little urge. And so I was the first guy to pee in his pants on the moon.
Yeah. Well, isn't that fantastic? I'll tell you what. I mean, isn't that brilliant? Yeah. I'll drink to that, bud. I mean, you got to go when you got to go, haven't you? And you boldly went where no man had gone before. There are those people out there who say, right, and I don't want to even bring this up because it makes my blood boil, so I don't know how it makes you feel. They say that you never went.
Yeah.
That the whole thing was like staged and not real.
Yeah. They're looking for attention.
Yeah.
And they're not going to change their mind.
No.
So there isn't any point in really discussing the matter with them too much.
Just the facts.
Now, this guy had been bugging us for quite a while. Not just me, but a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Well, they'll use little things like that, and the shadows are going the wrong way, and the flag looks like it's blowing. We had the best looking flag on the moon. There were 6 flags, all American.
Yours was the best.
And ours was the best looking until it fell over when we lifted off.
Right.
Well, anyway, you're not going to make sense with these guys at all.
So what did you do about this guy, Buzz?
I punked him.
You what? I heard that. Bless you. I'll tell you what, in this pub, what we do, Buzz, when people cross the line, when they go too far, is we shame them, right? Yeah? And that guy's name was Bart Sibrel, wasn't it? Yeah? As I understand it, yeah?
Sibrel.
We say to Sibrel, Bart Sibrel, shame on you. That's what we say. Shame on you. Yeah? This man is a legend and you seek to tarnish his achievement. Shame on you. Shame on you. Humanity stands in 2 ages. Before we went to the moon, after we went to the moon, this fella here defined those 2 ages. Shame on you. Shame on you. Yeah? You happy with that, Buzz?
I like this place.
Yeah, I like this guy. Now, one last thing. I can't believe it. Buzz Aldrin. One last thing. They say that from there's a thing people say about the space program is that we got the non-stick frying pan as well as going to the moon.
Teflon.
Yeah, could you sign this for me, please?
Non-stick.
Yeah, don't sign the non-stick side.
Well,
you sign that for me?
No, this is the non-stick side.
Yeah, if you could make it out to the highest bidder, that'd be fantastic. Buzz Aldrin, ladies and gentlemen!